And Merry Christmas, everybody. Mark Newstater, eXp Realty, Jaden Bax from Avenue Financial. Jaden, Merry Christmas. Best of the holiday season to you, my friend.
To you too, buddy. It's been great so far. It looks like we're gonna have a cold, very white Christmas. I have the Brazilian family up here, so they're gonna get to know what Christmas is all about this year.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah, that's awesome. They will need their woolies and every parka they can get their hands on, right?
That's right. Yeah, the fireplace will definitely be going this year.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we're not going to do too long today, but we wanted to give you a quick update on what's happening. And this will be our last real estate update of the year. So I think it'll be really interesting to see what happens in 2022 when we're sitting here a year from now. You know, what is the market doing? But here's what the market did this week. And this, again, this is not a surprise, a week heading into Christmas. 95 new detached listings, only 234 solds, 93 pendings, 327 total for a net difference of 234. So, you know, still really the same story. And I think, you know, my mindset shifted a little bit this week. We talked about the lack of inventory. There's two ways you can have a lack of inventory. One would be there's a lack of inventory because there's nobody buying or selling houses. And then the current way, which is there's a lack of inventory because all the houses that are getting listed are getting sold. And then when we look at that price reduced of only 32, that explains a lot of it, right? So this whole lack of inventory is because everything that's out there is getting sold. So, you know, that's kind of the wrap up to the year for us. I mean, that is kind of been the story for 2021, the unexplainable real estate market. Total of 924 detached listings, 2,800 total listings. So we're a broken record every week. But what we always want to do is explain to what that means for you as a buyer. Just met with a brand new buyer yesterday, first time buyer, and we looked in South Calgary, under $400,000 with a garage. Jaden, how many listings do you think were on the market?
Oh man,
all in South Calgary. Everywhere one more on South.
That's 20.
You were close to half.
Oh,
nine listings.
Wow.
Yeah. And I didn't put any bedrooms in, nothing, just a garage and a detached home. That's it. So, yeah, pretty crazy in terms of the stats there. But we have ways to help you out with that. I mean, the best way, as Jaden and I know, is get on a search. And what I do now is I actually set it up for ASAP. So I can send out those emails to you once a day or ASAP. Everything we're doing now is ASAP. So as soon as that listing hits the market, before it hits realtor.ca, before it hits a realtor's website, even my website, it takes a little bit longer for it to load there. You're going to get it so we can go look at that house. And if it's right for you, write an offer. Don't dilly-dally, as my mom and dad would have said.
Well, and honestly, like the best way to avoid that dilly-dallying, and we talk about this on and we'll come back to that, is don't get pre-qualified, get pre-approved.
Yeah.
If your bank hasn't looked at your savings, if they haven't gotten your job letter, gotten your most recent pay stub, gotten your last couple of years of tax, you're not pre-approved, right? And so
Yes.
you need somebody underwriting that up front, because when Mark sends that to you ASAP and you go to that house an hour later, you're ready to put an offer in, right?
Yes. Yeah. And I can tell you from personal experience this year, both on the buying and selling side, I have been asked by selling agents to provide a pre-approval letter from either like a Jaden, who's a mortgage broker, or from the bank. And on the selling side, I've asked for that as well, because the last thing we want to do on the selling side, we're selling your home, we have multiple offers, we have this great offer, but they're only pre-approved, not pre-qualified, as Jaden just talked about.
Sorry.
So,
opposite of those.
I'm sorry. I'm getting my head mixed up.
End of the year, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that I'll just let Jaden talk about that stuff, and but that has been the situation this year. So, all right, so let's look at rates here. Sorry, I'm just going to share one more screen.
for sure. And while you're doing that,
We're doing COVID rapid tests here. We got it all going on. There's Natalie in the background.
sneaking through. Happy Merry Christmas, Natalie. Yeah, so there's not a lot to be said about rates this week. One of the things that I'll say is that we're seeing the bond market kind of stabilize and lower. And what does that mean? Very likely means we will see some decreased fixed interest rates in the new year.
Yep.
And that's typical. They're gonna go down a lot slower than they went up because that's just the way of the world, right?
Right.
But that's typical in the spring as well. We're gonna see a lot. I think we're gonna see a lot of lenders giving kind of promo rates on a limited basis for the right customers. Be ready for that in the new year. These are kind of what we're seeing now, but I think things are just going to get better from kind of January on next year. So we'll give a more meaningful update then. But this is what you see now. Same thing as ever. I'm still very, very strong on the variable. And one thing I wanted to mention with this, if you see these rates, you might go on to online and there's other brokers that maybe you'll see that they have better rates than this. Absolutely, there's better rates out there. I never, ever, ever advertise anything less than a full product rate, right? And so, there's limited things out there where you can that have some restrictions on them, where we can bring the rate down a little bit. I'd rather talk about this rate first and then talk about the downsides of that. And if that's something that you're interested in, we can definitely go that direction. But
Right.
I think you always start, let's start with reality and not work backwards from there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and even as a comparison, when you see all the car ads at this time of year, well, number one, there's like not a lot of vehicles out there, but
No.
number two is when they advertise 0.99% or 1.99%, that is for highly qualified people, right? So they're advertising their absolute very best rate, and oftentimes, no, I shouldn't say oftentimes, sometimes a person doesn't qualify for that. So I like what Jayden does, where it's, hey, this is reality, and maybe we can get you a better rate, but let's start with what's reality, and then you're also going to be able to budget in better and all that kind of stuff, right?
Exactly. Yep. No, that's
Yeah,
right.
cool. Awesome. Well, Jayden, I know obviously outside of having your second child, any other highlights of the year for you?
No, that's been it. You know this better than most. I just have to thank everybody. This has been a fantastic year for me. Mark and I are very dedicated to what we do, and so we're going to continue to build on this year and show the same great service that we did this year going forward. We just really want to thank everybody who's worked with myself or Mark individually or with both of us together, which is always great. And just in spite of COVID and everything, I think I've just really felt like I've remained connected with important people in my life. Very thankful for everything
Awesome.
that I have.
That's great. Yeah. And for me, I mean, outside of you having a baby, which was a highlight for me, I feel like the uninvited uncle. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, obviously, thank you so much to all my friends and family, and a lot of those have become clients as well. I kind of loop everybody into the same pool. It's like, you're all friends, family, clients. But no, seriously, this was an absolutely amazing year for Jayden and I, and we're very thankful for the families that we were able to help. And that's really the bottom line, is we want to be of service to you, whether you're buying a home or not, whether you're selling a home or not, whatever we can do in 2022 to help you. So very thankful for all that. Very thankful for my wife and for my kids, and for they've been obviously a huge part of that. And I think if I said a highlight for me would be the camping and all the stuff we got to experience, and the puppy. So not a child, but a puppy. So
it's a fur baby, right? So
it's a fur baby. I know it's not the same. I know, but it was a big highlight. So I personally want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, an amazing New Year. And, hopefully next year will be better. And I think we got to be coming out of this at some point in time. Jayden?
Yep, same for me. Very, very Merry Christmas. Very Happy New Year. We can't wait to touch base with you guys in 2022, and just hope you really enjoy this next 10 days or so, in an enormous way.
Absolutely. So this is it for us for 2021. We'll see you back here in early January. Enjoy time off with friends and family. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will talk to you in the new year. Jayden, all the best.
To you as well, buddy.